Alright everyone, so I actually took it for a test drive just by jumping it off the jump battery, and it runs good. I mean, it's definitely got a strong engine. Once I get that AC compressor pulley changed out, it'll sound awesome. And I got to get a radiator fan because the radiator fan is not turning. Just happened to notice it, but it's not overheating. The oil doesn't look bad. But it would not shift out of first, and when they actually dropped it off, the thing would go manually because I know I was just limping it down. My son was riding his bicycle and I was just like driving the car right next to him, and I was able to actually get it to manually shift, but maybe it looks like this little shifter piece here needs to be replaced. I don't know if this got wet or something, but that's loose. And from the videos that I've seen so far, they say that if it gets stuck in first or second gear and it shifts hard, and it's that piece. So looks like it's not too bad, but it looks like this one we're gonna go through it more than I really wanted to, but it's a good learning experience on these Mercedes, and that way we know from next time. So what I'm gonna do now is work on getting this dashboard piece out and getting this welded up, and so that'll fit in there. Working on the actual hood latch cable, see where that's binding. Then I'll get the pins to get the code. I gotta get, there's like two little clips you gotta get off eBay and stick them in these little sides here from another video I've seen, and you pull the radio out and there's a serial number on the back, or I can give them the VIN code, I guess, and get that figured out. So it's gonna be a little bit of work, man. This is definitely gonna be a project. I mean, more than I really wanted to get into, but need here in the area, be a good little car once it's all done and cleaned up. So I got to work on getting the bumper and the grill. I'll probably go ahead and order that and the associated lights with that, because it's missing the turn signals. I mean, the light bulbs are here, but well, the actual sockets are here, but it's missing the actual absorber, that hard foam piece that goes behind that, and the associated turn signal lights and whatnot. So got to look at getting that done too. So fun times. It wasn't just the front bumper and the grill, and that's probably why it was at Copart. But near here and there, it'll be a good little car. It's definitely strong. I mean, the body's good. Straight. Nothing really wrong with it. And once I figure out how to get this hardtop to work, I got the switch working. They actually had that plugged in wrong, the little indicator switch, but this thing's got switches all over it and something is off. I may need to manually take it down and back up, I don't know, because I should be able to lower these windows and lower this side window, and then from that point on it should go into the trunk. So that'd be one little things that I'm gonna be working on once I get this hood, this roof to go into this boot, they call it. Once I get it to go in there, then that'll be a definitely cost estimate, because that's a very important part of the car. I mean, this is why this car is what it is. It's because it's got a convertible hardtop roof that goes into a trunk. So I've definitely worked on the soft top CLK 320. It took about 6 hours to figure out which switch it was, but I'm going to get on the forum. They got a CLK forum, and do some research and see what switch may be causing this not to even start the process, because I hear the pump running. The pump's got fluid in it. I don't think it's anything on the pump, and I don't really see at least anything. I think it's just a switch, one of the beginning switches, maybe in this trunk, because for some reason, and this may just be another thing that maybe it's just Mercedes are so smart, but that light does not come on, and maybe the battery or whatever. And then I actually noticed there's a switch that was sitting like in this little door panel side here, and I don't know what this switch goes to. I mean, it looks like it's definitely like a pin for some kind of light or something. I mean, it looks like a similar pin like the door, but when I was driving the car, this light on the right hand side would go on and off, and that may be what was causing the battery to die and drain itself or whatever. But you know, now I gotta fix this. But I may just take some epoxy or whatever. I guess all this is loose. I could get some clips or whatever. I mean, the door panels look good enough where we could probably just epoxy that back. These seats on the bottom are definitely worn, and then it's loose, so something's going on there. You know, I may end up getting 2 bottom seats. I don't know. You know, it depends on how far I want to get into it. But once I get this figured out to go into the actual trunk, that would be a definite plus. It looks like, you know, with the trunk being latched, that this actually goes this way. From what I've seen on the video, it tilts itself up, and you know, these go back. So I know that this switch is being activated, but I'm wondering if this switch works. I may end up, you know, bypassing this switch here, and seeing, it looks like it's just these 2 wires, and seeing, you know, maybe it's just a bad switch, hopefully, because it's got to know that that's the beginning. And where's it plug in? And it's just weird that this looks like somebody was already in it on this side, and then I'm definitely missing a piece over here. I mean, that doesn't look right. But and that's okay. They got a little Allen wrench, it looks like, so you can manually go up and down. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. You know, so somebody's definitely been in here doing something. You know, these pieces are missing and loose, and you know, this is definitely missing here. So it's like somebody started working on something, and I'm like, where the heck does this go? Is this telling it that the trunk is actually closed? You know, that's got me wondering. That's what it kind of looks like to me, but you know, I don't know. Need to do some research and find out, because I don't see any part where that switch would go. And it's just weird. It's very odd. Yeah, it's a mystery right now. So I'll probably get on the forum and see exactly what switch tells it that the trunk is closed, and that may be the issue from that light coming on when I was driving. I don't know, because I don't think it was tied to a door. It didn't seem like it was tied to a door. It seemed like it was tied maybe to the trunk or something. And maybe there's 2 wires that's loose. They go to this? I don't know. Where's that go? Or does that go underneath the hood? You know, is there a trunk light underneath the hood? Who knows? So I got to do some research and then go from there. But I mean, this is definitely a runner. It's going to take a little bit of work. I mean, I think if I start with this roof and getting this going back in here, get all this cleaned up here, at least the back half of the car would be done. And then you know, I could work on, you know, this little trim piece, welding that up, and I'll get the shifter and then get it shifting right. I'll get the fan, make sure that the engine's cooling. The AC compressor's coming. I'll get a mechanic to actually put that on so it sounds good. And then from that point on, just front bumper and a few lights. So and then we'll see. You know, she should be in good shape, and clean her up real nice, you know, and it'd be perfect. Might take me about 3 or 4 weeks. It's more than I really wanted to get into. But you know, near here and there, it's going to take 2 or 3 weeks for the title to get here, so it's going to take a little bit because of the broker I go through. And everything else, from what I remember, seemed like it was all right. And I definitely got to figure out what's going on with the battery. You know, I'm thinking that that light staying on and killing the battery, I don't know. Maybe tied to this switch. Somebody left out, I don't know. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna do some research and I'll be back. Bye.